Calvert.
This is where you guys chuck in the applause and the woo.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
yes.
sorry. You're right.
Massive.
Yeah. It's like there's a button for that at least, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, no, we do it old school. Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah.
It's all
We'll get it in
handheld
post.
here.
It'll be in
Yeah,
post.
Yeah.
definitely. So, Alex, of course, you're coming to the Toronto Comicon this weekend.
Yes.
Big event. Of course, a large number of Supernatural fans are going to be there, as well as the many other shows you've been on, including Arrow. And, I've looked at your interactions with fans over the years, like panels and things like that, and it seems less like Q&As and more like a conversation. It's almost like you want to get to know them just as much as the fans want to get to know you.
Well, sometimes you get asked a question that you're just like, I'm definitely more interested in what your opinion of that question would be than my own, you know? And these panels too, like, through some sheer force of goodness and fandom, we've been able to do these conventions for years, and people on the show that I've known have been doing it even longer. If you're on stage for 40 minutes at a time, you got to have some laughs along the way, because you can't just all have serious questions. I think you'll lose the audience that way.
Totally.
Okay, so not to ask anything of that or that. Okay, perfect. No, nothing. No,
all the serious questions are gone.
Gone.
Nothing.
Yeah,
it's just all going to be about true crime and basketball now. That's it.
Listen, down. Yeah. Ted K starring on the Raptors, maybe.
Hey, it's why not, right? Like we talk about everything. No, Alexander, you mentioned that that there have been members of the cast that were on the show longer than yourself.
Everyone, yeah.
Well, but we got to talk to Ruth Connell recently as well, who's going to be at the show with you, and she joined the show in the later seasons like yourself, and she talked a bit about what that was like for yourself. Though, what was the experience like coming into the show for you, later in the process of this experience, I'll call what Supernatural is, and everybody knows who they are and what the lore is, but you're coming in fresh and new. What was that like for you joining the cast at that point?
A little nerve-wracking. My only thing was don't mess this up. They clearly have something good going, so let's not be a part of the problem, was my goal.
That's fair, and I understand. Yeah, and I understand that it wasn't always so easy in a good way. Like they were like the boys like to rib you a little bit, at least early on in the process of you joining the cast.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ever having a rough night, just throw on the Supernatural gag reel. Whatever's going on in your life, you'll feel at least a little bit better. Right. And then once you see me on there, you'll go, oh, at least I'm not Alex, Right. That'll give you some solace. No, there was, yeah. I don't know if it would pass HR like a regular job, but right. Television, seemingly it's fine. No, and when I first started on season 13, there was a lot more pranks. The guys had a lot more energy. But then by season 15, my theory is that they were getting old, and the pranks kind of fell off. And so that's what I'll always joke with them about. I'll be like, yeah, I knew it was done when, you guys didn't have energy to prank me anymore.
It had nothing to do with anything else, not stories, ratings, none of that. It's just they ran out of jokes, so the show has got to be done.
Well, to be fair, Jared and Jensen are both pretty funny dudes in their own right. So I don't think they'll ever run out of material. But yeah, they kept the set really light, and we were so lucky to work with like an amazing crew that they had known for years. So we just had we were really lucky, honestly, to have any kind of run like that for a show, for a job, especially working a job you don't hate. Yeah, we were very fortunate.
No, definitely. Now, of course, you had some great memorable moments from that time. You've also had memorable moments from your time on Arrow and other shows. Have you gotten to do anything as cool as operating a flamethrower since then?
I mean, the flamethrower was pretty cool. I love that, like, yeah, TV is such a strange thing where one moment that, you can't even be trusted to like walk yourself from your trailer to the set because they're afraid to lose you. And then 5 minutes later, they're like, all right, this is a flamethrower. They're like, this is how you turn it on. We're gonna hook you up to the gas and we're just gonna record. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, so in terms of sheer danger, fun, I mean, the flamethrower is great. Uh, you know, Gen V, that was also a really fun show, lots of effects. I got to go to college, which was great because I didn't go to college. So yeah, I don't know. There's always lots of fun opportunities, just dependent on the project.
There you go. That sounded like your notification made it sound like going to college was the correct answer.
I probably should listen at this point in my life. I'm realizing.
You know, going to
right, you go, nah, maybe it's too late.
yeah. Well, you know, hey, you've had a successful career, you know, thus far. Why would you think anything otherwise? You know, that you're going to keep going with this, you know, and going to a show like Toronto Comicon and the other conventions through Supernatural that you've done and whatnot. What for you has, you know, for you personally, has that experience been like? Because a lot of actors on shows don't have conventions to go to or a specific convention like a Supernatural con. You know, coming to Toronto Comic Con, like you're going to have those fan interactions. What has that been like for you over that time to be able to feel the feedback of what your character meant to people?
I mean, it's crazy. You know, most of the time for any kind of artistic endeavor, you're kind of making things in a vacuum, right? If you're writing a book, television, you shoot it, but then it doesn't air for 6 7 months. But then also, people are watching it in their homes. Whereas this is like a real life embodiment of an impact that the show has had on people, which has been uh, pretty incredible. Yeah, you have such a, I don't know, I've met so many different kinds of people that I never would have got to interact with in my day-to-day life because of these conventions. And there's lots of fun and lots of light stories, and people love the show, but I've also I've met very extraordinary people that have told me about how the show was a big turnaround point for them, or people that had survived cancer that they're like, I watched this show in the hospital. I remember I had a girl who I think she was in a terrible car accident, and her goal was to walk up and meet Jared and Jensen, obviously, and me among other people. And she's like, yeah, this was my goal, was to be able to walk here today and meet you. So I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? It's yeah, we've been very lucky to have any and all of this.
No, totally.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Now, with all the questions that you get at these conventions, what would you say has probably been the strangest?
I don't really know anymore. I mean, I'll joke about just about everything. So I'm like, it's kind of hard to throw me off at this point. But I don't know. People are so involved with this show, and it's meant such a thing to them that I don't know. I've been asked like, what would I do for a Klondike bar from this one girl several times, which I think we turned into some sort of illegal bartering system. But yeah, I don't know. It really kind of takes a lot to throw me off at this point.
Okay, well, let me ask you a
Don't
quick
take that.
question then. Let me ask you a quick question
Yeah.
then. This is to get deep.
Okay.
Do you still hear the chit dispenser from your old restaurant job in your dreams? Is it still haunting you?
You really did you find that on a panel? Is that what you did?
I do deep research, man. That's
You
what I
really
do.
did. Okay. I was ready for questions about like, Disney or like, Star Wars or something, but this is crazy. I haven't in a while, but yeah, makes me thankful that I get to do this for a living sometimes when I go, oh, I don't miss running a whole kitchen at 18 and making pizzas and fries for cops at 2 a.m.
It's such a bizarre world, acting, when we get to talk to actors like yourself who have experiences like that, where you have like the highs of doing Supernatural and other shows, and then you hear about BP, you know?
Listen, I mean, this is a humbling business, and like I have so many friends that work industry. I have, so many friends in the entertainment business that also work other jobs. Everyone that does this job is obsessed with it and really does love it. So shout out everyone on the hustle, because it is not easy.
Well, there you
That's
go.
fair.
Well, I hope that a lot of people are on the hustle. If they get to come and see you this weekend at the Toronto Comicon, really looking forward to see you there, man.
Okay, well, thank you guys. Andor season 2.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, I'm excited.
No
Yeah.
opinions. Okay.
Very excited. Very excited. You
Yes.
asked, I'm answering. Very excited. Very excited.
There
Yeah,
you
that
go.
was the one I'm most of the current thing. I'm like, that is the one that I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to that one.
Well, there you
Excellent.
go, man. All right. Well,
Awesome.
you have yourself a great
Appreciate it,
day.
Alex.
Okay, thanks guys.